Hey, we have talked a lot about our 2025 challenge, but today I want to show you why what we're encouraging and challenging and equipping you to do, why that's so important. So, for those who are new or who have forgotten what our 2025 challenge is, we're saying that to live on mission in 2025, we want to be intentional in our relationships by having 1,300 meals with saints, sinners, and strangers by November 2nd, 2025. And so we all understand this together on this side, right? A saint is someone who knows God. A sinner is someone who knows about God, but to your knowledge has not made a commitment to Jesus. So by the way, we know we've either been or currently are in this category, and yes, we are all still struggling with sin. The difference is actually found in have we made a commitment to Jesus. A stranger is someone that you don't know. You may know their name, but you don't really know much about them. Like they could be someone at MCC or at work or school or in your neighborhood. Now here's what we're asking you to do. We're asking you to take one of these postcards and to write down the names of people you want to invest in so you can start praying for them. And then have a meal together, or coffee, or go golfing. The idea is to spend intentional time doing something with someone else and get to know them a little bit more about them. And that's it. We're limited only by our imaginations. And once you have a meal with someone, take the corresponding ping pong ball and write your name on it, and then place it in the display box. And just as a reminder, the display box has been lovingly called Larry. And here's why this is important. Listen, you saw the result of what we're doing actually this past Sunday. So in December of 2023, Andrew Harmon, who was then a 10th grader at Miamisburg High School, he invited his teachers to MCC's Christmas Eve services. His English teacher accepted the invitation, but it was the last time she would attend. I think it was for 8 months. After leaving our Christmas Eve service, she received a note from her doctor telling her that she had cancer on Christmas Eve. She took a picture with her mom for Christmas, not knowing if it would be the last picture taken of her alive or not. And for the next 8 months, she had procedures and treatments that kept her out of the classroom, but not from MCC, because she wasn't allowed to be around people. She worshiped with us online. She told me that it made her feel like she was right here with us. She said that she felt on that Christmas Eve, that one time she came, she felt so welcomed, and that there was this sense of home about MCC. So she joined us online. And she's had more procedures and treatments that have, kept her from being around people, but asked if Andrew could baptize her before he left for college. So this past Sunday, 2.5 years after inviting her, Andrew had the privilege of doing just that. And the video of her baptism is in the email. I hope you'll check it out. That story began 2 years before we started our 2025 challenge. But Andrew did what we're asking you to do. He lives his life as a disciple of Jesus so that when he invited his teachers, think about that for a moment, a high school student inviting his teachers, what they saw in school reflected the invitation they received. And on the night she received the worst news of her life, and because someone spoke with her and invited her, it led to her commitment to Jesus. Her faith journey, make no mistake, began long before coming to MCC, but because one of her students invited her to MCC, we get to be part of that journey. That's why our 25 challenge is so important. Your conversation could be one step on someone's journey to, or maybe even back to Jesus. Please have the conversation. All right, this is really last minute, but I wanted to make sure you know this as well. This Saturday, May 10th, postal carriers will collect in-date, non-perishable food items on their delivery routes. Donation items should be in a bag and placed in a safe place next to your mailbox. Once those donations are collected and combined, they will be delivered to the designated food bank in our region. The food collected in Miamisburg will go to Helping Hands, which helps people right here in the burg. So I hope you'll be part of that. Okay, this weekend now, as you get ready for Sunday, this is Mother's Day this weekend. Man, we are so looking forward to celebrating with you moms. So this weekend, we are going to look at a saying that I'm going to guess all of us know. I heard this when I was growing up. I may have even heard it from my mom. So see if you can finish this saying. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but you probably know that this was intended to be a children's rhyme used to dismiss the impact of verbal insults. But did you know that it was first documented in 1862 in several publications? The rhyme originally appeared as sticks and stones may break one's bones, but names will never hurt one. And variation of the phrase has appeared in various contexts over the years, including a speech in Boston in 1862 where a little Irish girl used the phrase to diffuse a fight. My guess is that it's not only do we all know the saying, we also all know it's not true. You know why that is? Proverbs 19 gives us some insight. It says, what a person desires is unfailing love. You know, a March 6th article this year shared that the Harvard study of adult development, which started in 1938, by the way, has shown that more than money or IQ or social class, the depth and breadth of our relationships with family and friends and spouses, they are the most important predictors of whether we'll age well and live a long and happy life. Does that sound right to you? Because here's the thing. With every upside, there's a downside. If people can make you happy, you know what else they can do. And along those lines, I still remember the day I decided I would never cry again. And that moment was proof to me that that saying is not true. So this Sunday, we're going to look at how Jesus helped someone who had been and was still being hurt by the people of her town, which, by the way, will show us how to live on mission. I'm really looking forward to sharing this with you. So whether you're online or on campus this weekend, I'll see you there.